What's up, 2.0 family? So today I want to talk about the three S's that I really leverage at a high level to stay looking young, feeling good, and staying ripped year round. Today I'm coming at you from the front of my house here in Miami. I live like 2 or 3 blocks from the water. You might be hearing some of the traffic go by. Hopefully the audio is pretty good. The three S's are sun, sleep, and sprints. And I'm going to talk to you guys today about how I utilize these things on a high level. Sleep. One thing that we neglect when we're younger that you really start to see affect you as you get older is lack of sleep. Meaning you need to create a proper routine and you need to get your ass to sleep at a good time every single night. I do my best to be in bed between 9:45, 10 and about 10:30 at least 80-90% of the time. When I do that, I sleep my full 7-8 hours. I wake up fully refreshed and I feel amazing. I stop eating or drinking anything 2 or 3 hours before sleep so I don't wake up to go to the bathroom. And something that I added recently that's really been helping me feel more refreshed in the morning, and I'm noticing more lymphatic drainage, especially in my face, is the mouth tape. I think I created a bad habit of sleeping with my mouth open, and I know that affects your sleep. And overall, it's better for you and your jaw to keep it closed, keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and overall, it's good. As we get older, these types of things become much more important. So making sure that you optimize your sleep is key. Your energy levels will be good. Your metabolism will be firing on all cylinders. And you're not going to feel like you're going to crash. You're going to have sustained energy throughout the day. Again, I'm 40 plus now. I feel amazing. I know I look good. I'm in the middle of a deload right now, right? I'm pretty much ripped like this year round, and I stay low percentage in body fat, right? And I'm not perfect. I'm not sitting here tracking and measuring my food and all that. I do my best to eat clean, stay away from caffeine. I don't drink, I don't smoke, or none of that stuff, right? But this is a simple thing that you can do that'll help you a lot. And getting good sleep will encourage and further reinforce positive habits that you can build over time that eventually just becomes your way of being. All right. Number two is sun, right? I'm filming this outside in the front of my house on purpose, right? I'm not going to be hitting the gym today. I'm going to keep walking. Usually when I go on a walk, I'll wear these short little shorts. I'll clip on my little, earbuds to listen to an audiobook, and I'll walk outside for an hour, right? Under the sun, making sure that my skin is exposed to the sun. Now, depending on how light or dark you are, you're going to make the adjustments. What I've noticed is the cleaner my diet is, the better my skin responds to the sun. I'm not really somebody who burns. And if I ever did burn back in the day, I noticed that it was around a time that I was taking meds. Maybe I had surgery. Maybe I was taking an antibiotic back in the day. And I noticed that my skin would burn if I was on some sort of medication. So I know that compromised how the sun is processed by your skin. I don't know why that happens medically or scientifically. I can't explain it to you, but I noticed that correlation. Because now, eating clean, I could be outside all day. And again, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably like a 3 or a 4 with skin tone. I'm not that dark, but I'm also not pale. I don't burn. I could be out here all day in front of the sun and I'm not going to burn. I'm just going to get super, super dark, right? But making sure that you get sun allows you to really synthesize certain vitamins and minerals. Again, I'm not going to sit here and give you a full scientific breakdown. You guys can do your research, but I know I've had better sleep, better mood, better circadian rhythm, and overall I felt better, younger, more alive, more energetic, better mood overall, more emotional control from the swings, making sure that I get sun. It's also very good for your eyesight. It's good to get some fresh air. And I think we have become far too accustomed to being on Zoom calls and being trapped inside all day. And it's definitely a habit that you want to break. Eyesight too is really affected negatively for always inside staring at screens, and you're never outside using your long distance, right? Your long sighted reach with your eyes, and even the sun, right? I do some sun gazing, and I've done a video on one of my other channels a long time ago, early in the morning, but also late, right before the sun sets. And my eyesight's been 20/20. It hasn't gotten any worse. I do use the computer and stuff, but overall, I would say my eyesight has stayed strong. I'm not really squinting my eyes. I can be outside right now without sunglasses. I can look at the sun, and I'm totally cool, right? Make sure that you get the sun. This is the giver of life right here. Lastly, sprints. I'm not a long distance runner. I've hated long distance running. I never did it, but sprints, great for your natural HGH. I'll do 4, 5, 6 sets of 8 or 10-second sprints. It's not a lot, right? Even the boxing that I do is real high intensity and 20, 30 minutes. Like it's not hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of me just killing myself. And man, it feels amazing. I've been able to, again, hold muscle tone, stay ripped, keep a healthy amount of muscle mass. I mainly do calisthenics. You guys have been seeing the videos, but the sprints keep me alive. It keeps the metabolism burning. It feels good. And it's one of those things that in my mind gives you power. And I know building faster twitch and more dense muscle, right? I'm not looking to be bulky. I'm not bulky at all. I'm about 6'2", and most of the time I weigh between 193, 195 pounds, something like that, right? I don't skip leg day. I look good. I still work out my legs about once a week, every 7 to 10 days. I run sprints, I box, and 95% of what I do is calisthenics, pull-ups, push-ups, dips, front lever work, planche work. I've gotten a lot more advanced over the years, but I've also been doing calisthenics now for, 2.5 or 3 years. So it's been a while. Sleep, sun, and sprints. I mean, it's as simple as that, guys. Keep it simple, eat clean. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm some guru. I just follow a simple plan. I prioritize my health. And I think at 40 plus, I look good. Most people think I'm in my late 20s or early 30s. I only have a couple gray hairs. I'm not balding. I know part of it is genetics, but I think 95% of that game I'm winning just because I'm going to sleep early, prioritizing sleep, getting good types of workouts in, eating clean food, and making sure that I put that number one priority over everything else. All right. So champion and emphasize the 3 S's: sleep, sun, and sprints. And you'll start feeling and looking a lot better. All right. See you guys.